Yo, what's going on, man? You guys are now tuned back into the Free Sauce Podcast, man. We got another banger of an episode for you guys today, man. You already know, before we get tuned into the episode, hit that subscribe button below. We are on the run to 200. We need that done ASAP, man. Hit that like button, comment, boost the engagement on this video, all that, man. Make sure y'all keep on tuning with the Instagram page. We got clips, great content over there. We appreciate everybody for running up the numbers over there. Appreciate y'all for getting us to 400 plus. Appreciate that. Make sure y'all go get y'all some merch. www.freesauceshop.com. Maybe if you're on the campus, pull up quick, easy, give it to you. Free shipping, all of that. Great material, great material. But without further ado, we're going to go ahead and get to the episode. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
What's going on, everybody? My name is Davion. I am a sophomore here at ISU. My major is journalism, and I have a minor in athletic coaching. I appreciate y'all for having me on today. You feel me? We're gonna talk about some real work, bro. Like,
For sure.
I appreciate y'all.
Yeah. Before we start out the podcast, I like to thank the guests for taking the time out of your day to make this possible. So, like you said, you appreciate us. We also appreciate you for being on here too.
No, for sure, bro. It's never too much. You feel me? Like, this how it's supposed to be. Like, it's not too many people reaching out trying to collaborate or give back.
All right, like you said, that's how it's supposed to be. Be able to get something done quick and easy. Nobody Hollywood, everybody looking to grow, work together. That's how it should be, especially when we black.
Especially.
Yeah. And I want to just brief overview. Like, how's your time at ISU been? Like, what are some things that you've seen that can have helped you out, and then some things that you feel like could be improved while you've been here?
Well, I'm a real independent guy, so It's kind of like moving to college and just being on my own. It hasn't really been that hard because I was born on the south side of Chicago, so like independence for me came at a very young age. So it's like just being on campus and having to create a schedule, having to abide by that schedule, having to move in certain ways. You feel me? That's not really hard, but my experiences so far, like I really like how. Just us as a community, African Americans, we really stick our neck out for each other. You feel me? Like I'm a part of Honest Connect Media here on campus. I'm pretty sure it's like the only black media team that we have on campus. So shout out Tiff, the founder of Onyx. We look out for each other very heavily because obviously we're on the PWI. You feel me? We're in the middle of Illinois, so a lot of people can have red flags about that or be kind of cautious about chasing certain dreams because they feel like it's a certain level that they can get to.
All right.
But I appreciate how we all look out for each other. Like we all got a shoulder to lean on pretty much. Like it don't matter what type of field you in, like journalism, athletes, nurses, whatever. We all got a resource that we can give back to each other to make it easier for each other.
Right.
So that's why my time on campus has been real easy. Like, I'm kind of quiet, so I kind of keep to myself half the time. But the team that I have around myself, like my friends, my support group, they make it really easy for me just to, abide by certain schedules, do what I got to do while still being successful in the books and being successful in life and just personally. You feel me?
I feel like, like you just pretty much touched on like some important aspect of being in college. Like, I just pretty much finding your team, like finding the people around you that are willing to, help you out no matter what, because it's a cruel world we live in. Sometimes not everybody's willing to, help each other out. So finding that little niche that people that are willing to, hey, you can do way more than you're doing right now. You need to hear that certain times from other people. So being able to have that type of support group, I'm glad you have that.
Yeah. And like you said, like half the time, from where I grew up at, people don't really push you to be what they see from themselves. Like, perfect example, I played football, basketball, and baseball like all my life, bro. And when you come from South Side of Chicago, it's like that's pretty much the way out. You feel me?
Sports or music, shit.
Sports and music. You feel me? Like that's why I always told myself I wanted to be different. You feel me? Like because trust, playing ball in high school and all the other type of stuff, AAU, you get the offers, you get the adulation, you get the spotlight that you thought that you needed. You feel me? But when you really get into the nitty gritty and you do the research, because I'm real big on CTE, bro.
All right.
I played football for like like 10 years. Like I've been playing junior, then I moved up, and then I played in high school. And I remember when I first read an article about like athletes having CTE and just about like what it does to their lives after they play sports. Like I just remember it's this. I don't really remember his name.
Hernandez?
No, it wasn't him. It wasn't him. But I did because I did a paper about it when I was in high school. But it was an African American football player, and he didn't really know that he had CTE till like 3 years after he stopped playing. But that's what comes with it. Athletes don't know that they have CTE till after.
Till after, yeah.
You feel me? Like he got to messing up his life. Like I think he served like 10 years in jail, bro, for like doing something wild. I think he like set something on fire and he was like being a public disturbance. But ever since, I ain't gonna say it scared me, but it really it woke me up because
I was just gonna say it make you more aware of shit.
Yeah, like because you gotta think about it. Like generations from now, like my kids, you feel me? I'm gonna be around for certain stuff like that,
Right.
And I don't want to be a shell of myself or have a certain limit to what I can do or say or like be with them. You feel me? Mm-hmm. That's why that's another reason why I really just wanted to be different. Cause I don't know, like you do know how people can say like that one book or that one piece of information or
Changed my life.
Change your life. Like I ain't gonna lie, that changed my life because like I don't really, you feel me? I don't want to be 50 not remembering what I did today. Right. Not having certain memories of times that I spent with family or like, you feel me? Like it's just intriguing, bro, because
you speak on it all the time on like having that little small piece of info or small piece of knowledge could like change somebody's life, because it could be like the message key that they really need, whether it be related to sports, related to finances, personal shit like that. Who knows what it's related to? But that's why we talk about not withholding information or not shit like that, because it makes it hard on the next person. It could be something that's just gonna open the door for them and be able to make them 10 times better than what they was before that.
Yeah, because you never want to limit yourself. You feel me? Like limiting yourself, you don't really see your full potential. And I don't know. I want to see what I can fully do in this life before I call myself like retiring or sitting down and enjoying what I did, because I know that it's an avenue for many different things. It's an avenue for anything as long as you put your mind to it. You feel me? Like it's just I don't know, bro. Like it's.
Yeah, I feel the same way. I think that like was speaking on like as many different avenues and lanes that you can get into, like especially with technology and shit like that. Social media is like we talked about it. I think last pod. It's tough for you not to be able to do shit with your life. It's tough, or not actually after the pod yesterday, we was talking about like it's tough for you not to be able to like make some type of money in today's world. Yeah. Just with all the opportunity that we got going on, technology, it's damn near impossible for you not to make a living. If you're not making a living, then you really lazy as hell.
Yeah, and you're not trying to see the vision. Like I tell my younger cousins this all the time. Like I don't want to sound like an old head, because you know how growing up, you be like, in my generation, that. Like, but it's like, think about it though. Like our generation, we real tech savvy, so
we got it sweet, man.
We got it sweet. If you're not using that avenue to make some money, or at least try to do some things for your business, your profession, or the things you like to do, then you just lazy, bro.
This motherfucker right here, this could open up hella shit, bro.
It's
powerful. And whatever business you got, whether it's you do content, you got a shoe business, you an author, I don't care, bro. Your phone can unlock so many different avenues, different people to see your content and shit like that, see what you're working on. It's just so much that you can do with a cell phone.
Then the crazy thing is, all it's doing is just getting stronger.
Yeah.
Like, technology finna take over the
AI
world.
shit.
I do not like that AI shit, bro. I'm not even gonna lie, because I feel like it's gonna be a point to where somebody try to use AI with me. You feel me? Like, and I ain't
shit if they haven't already.
You feel me?
If they haven't already.
I don't like that shit. Like AI don't do it for me, bro. Like, like I appreciate the advance in technology, because all we gonna do is evolve. But that shit a little out of pocket, bro. Like,
what you think about it?
What I feel like, in a sense, it's gonna really let humans realize the most important things, which is like being able to, actually connect with each other. Like I feel like with AI comes, it's like everything that's easy to do, AI will be able to do it. A robot is gonna be able to do it. the things that are gonna be hard to do, which is like for us to sit down and actually think through our thought process and actually have conversations. That's gonna be hard for AI to replace that, because I feel like, in a sense, what makes humans special from AI is the ability to think for ourselves. Right. So I feel like that's what's gonna be really important when AI really comes around. How people actually see that is always gonna be important.
I think that's like, so do you feel like it would make humans obsolete in an aspect? Because you gotta think about it. It's taking away damn near all fast food jobs, taking away all department store jobs, taking away.
But then also though, with that
stocking jobs, like
but with that comes like many with different jobs that are gonna be opening up. I don't know what jobs are gonna be opening up.
I'm gonna say it's hard. We can't all be coders. We can't all be fucking YouTubers. We can't all when there's no more need for the humans on the planet, what happens?
But then it's like,
especially if we still in the economic world that we in today, where everything costs, and we not nobody. Well, I'm not gonna say nobody, but less than 1% probably knows how to live off the land.
Okay, but also though, you can say the same thing for like how like history has evolved, because there was the time when they did the what was it, like, how train tracks. It was times when like train tracks came along, where there was like different type of like evolution throughout history. So I feel like with AI happening, it's probably going to let humans start thinking about different ways of actually doing work, different ways of actually finding. Because like, it's gonna stop other jobs from, it's like how Uber replaced taxis, in a sense. Like, there's gonna be different ways for humans to still find other ways to work. I feel like it might stop certain jobs from being what it is, but it's also going to open other doors that I don't know what
is. Well, when has it ever been? I like that railroad, and I like that analogy. But when has it ever been something to replace humans? Because the railroad, they replaced whatever they were, wagons and shit from whatever they was using before the transport. So I would say it's never been nothing like to replace humans. That's what my fear is.
No, that's what the fear, and I understand.
And it's just for conversation purpose. I have no stance in it. I don't know.
Like, me neither. Like, it's like, I feel like, in a sense though, like, this is the first time that humans, at least our generation, is really gonna feel like we are tested. Like, COVID and all that was cool. Well, it was like painful and everything to go through, but I feel like this gonna be the first time where the whole human race actually realize that they're being really tested. And that's a time where everybody's going to be looking at it from a point of view where it's like, okay, in a sense, you're going to feel like you're almost replaceable. If you're like, working in like those type of jobs, you almost feel like you're replaceable. Mm-hmm. But then that's when it's going to lead you to also realize what you're capable of, what type of skills you're capable of learning too.
To me, I just think it's another way to put us more in the rat race.
Like I talk about all the time, the gap between the rich and poor is gonna be crazier than what it is right now.
I think that's what it is. It's just another attempt at putting us more in there, because they see now, oh damn, these niggas making, it's 15, 16, 12-year-olds making $100,000s, millions of dollars off
fresh
the internet,
as hell,
off the internet.
Yeah. You feel?
So they see like, oh, we got to do something to the point where these niggas it's not so easy to make money, And I feel like that's what this is an attempt to do. And I feel like it's either going to push people to go to the rat race or
find ways to escape it.
Yeah. And I think me personally, that's why I'm trying to, I want to just focus on, I mentioned living off the land. I want to focus on that shit. They did it before. So it's people that's out here doing it now, living off the land, living a fresh life. So I feel like if I can do that and I don't have to pay for food, I don't have to pay to eat and shit like that, pay for the basic necessities in life, shit, I'm escaping the rat race by a large factor right there.
It's like, in a sense though, it's like, I agree with the point that you just made, just based off the fact that they realize like how easy it is now, but also they also want to have some type of control. I don't know who they are, but they also want to have some type of control.
Yeah.
And to have control, you need everybody to feel like they're replaceable.
Yeah.
And they've been doing it for generations. So if that's how they're thinking about it, then that's how it's going to be happening. Yeah. And it's scary to think about, just because off the bat they're like, damn, like all these jobs that you look around that like where high school level jobs are not being replaced by robots. So now everybody's going to be, you think the job market is hard now? Right now everybody's going to be, competing, fighting for the different roles that we all might think we are capable of doing, you know?
Shit, I can add on to that. Like, not only are they being replaced by robots, shit, like, a lot of these high school level jobs, like you mentioned, like, they are being considered professions now. Like, if you think about it, like, perfect example, McDonald's, Wendy's, these simple fast food restaurants that's like, us growing up, they were looked at as like high school surface level jobs to get you to a certain point. Like, bro, like, it's people going to like McDonald's University and stuff like that now trying to, because they're going to be, I'm not saying that they're limiting themselves, but they know that they're in a market to where it's a potential chance that that's going to be the job for the next 5 and 10 years of their life. You feel me? So that's just, it's just a crazy economy if you think about it, because I think a lot of people are still suffering from post-COVID because
a lot of people, like, man, like, if you look at the economy and if you look at the economy and just people nowadays post-COVID, bro, like, I don't know if a lot of people can see the difference, but I can. Like, perfect example, the teenagers now, like, you see how they act, like, when they get outside or they trying to do certain things or behave in certain ways. You got to think about it. A lot of their core elementary school years was taken away from them.
Yeah.
Because, you know, we all got memories of our 8th grade clan, our 8th grade group that we kicked it with and we still talk to nowadays type of shit.
Big.
Like,
that's big.
That's a big core memory.
That's
like,
big.
But bro, a lot of the shit that we had is taken away from them. Like imagine us as individuals, we had to take a year off of school and we jump right into high school. Bro, I wouldn't have been able to take none of that shit. Like,
that's big. Yeah, when you break it down like that, and it's like if you was class of 2020, then you experienced shit not being able. What he's saying, basically not being able to graduate and shit like that. With all them levels, high school, middle school, shit, even kindergarten and shit like that.
Yeah.
Missing out on kindergarten and first grade. Shit, you going from preschool to second grade. Shit. I had kindergarten and first grade online. You know, that's hard for a kid to kind of jump in back into the school setting. You know, and I'm not necessarily mad at it because you know I'm not necessarily the biggest fan of school. You know, I think it's other things that we could be doing more productive. You know, but I think that it's tough when you got parents that have to work to put food on the table, to pay bills and shit like that, and now their kids got to stay home. So now they got to find somewhere to do with their kids. Their kids, kindergarten, first, second, third grade, can't just leave them. You know, so I think like you said, a lot of people still recovering from that, bro. That's tough, especially because that was 2-3 years that we went through that shit. It might have seemed like we were just going through the days and just going through the motions because that's what the fuck was. You know, we had masks on. We just masked up, heads on our phone. We just, you know, that's all we was doing. We was just going through the day. So it might have seemed quick, but that was a long ass time where shit was just not normal.
Because we were just talking about it, like, don't that shit feel like it was like 5-6 years ago now, bro? Like, man, the whole, because we all remember where we was when we got the notification, hey, you're going to be out of school for 2 weeks. I knew exactly where I was. Look, I was on a date with my shorty, who ended up becoming my ex-girlfriend over COVID. Right. So of course I'm gonna remember where I was when that happened, bro. But man, if you think about it though, just the whole process, because remember, towards like the tail end of the whole COVID experience, you had an option. You had an option to go in school with the mask on, you go to certain classes, or you had still the virtual option.
Wait, what year is this?
This is
21.
It's 21, yeah.
Like so this has to be like towards October, September.
Yeah, because this was my junior year of high school.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I remember when they presented the option, like, it became an uproar because majority of the kids, they didn't want to go back. You feel me? Like, it was more of a parent thing because they knew the situations at home. They knew the lower economy families.
Kids going crazy.
Bro.
Crazy.
But that whole experience, like,
Switches galore. That was niggas' plans with switches.
That whole experience, like, it felt like, to me, that shit felt like it was 10 years ago, bro. Like, I ain't gonna lie, I felt old as hell, bro.
And I think that's just, we was so ready to get out of that shit, I think.
Yeah.
You know, I think that's just what that is. It's just, we were so ready to get out of the COVID phase. We were so ready, man. We ready to go outside, ready to take these masks off. We ready to, man. We when niggas was lifting the bands and shit in Chicago, like niggas like that shit. It was just a crazy time, bro. It was a crazy time when you look back at it. I think we was just searching for some normalcy.
Yeah.
And I think once people got out of that, it's like, I don't know, bro. I think that it just fucked a lot of shit up. It knocked a lot of niggas' balance off. It knocked a lot of niggas' heads off and shit like that, you know, and it made them lose sight of kind of shit maybe that what they would have been focusing on.
In a sense, too, is like, you don't really know what is missing until it's gone. Like we touched on in the last part, pretty much like, you know, like all you knew, like your whole life, you never thought you were gonna be experiencing something called COVID. Like we never all thought we were gonna be experiencing
a pandemic
at that. Like none of us really thought about it. So like, it's like, okay, I'm gonna just go to the day-to-day life motion without worrying about anything until something happens. And then when that happened, everybody was like, hold on, wait. What the fuck? Like you just start to be like, damn, like in a split second, just like that, everything I thought was normal is not normal.
Still, even now, to further that point, it go from, okay, we're gonna be out of school with 2 weeks. I'll see y'all. We gonna be back.
Yeah, like,
I can't wait.
We on vacation.
I got 2 weeks or 2 weeks.
Bro, yeah. Then that 2 weeks turn into it's gonna be another week.
Yeah.
It's gonna be another week, so we gonna be cool. Then that week turn into probably the end of the month. Then that shit turn into the end of the year, and then now it's mask up mandates everywhere. Niggas can't go outside, and it just kept on you like, when is the shit gonna stop? I feel like we woke up. What's new today?
Yeah.
What's new today?
No bad.
What's new today in the COVID world?
Time. Crazy
that was a
time to
crazy
live
ass
in.
time, bro.
Crazy time to live in.
Cause every time, cause my mom's a nurse, so seeing her having to go through just the whole beginning stages of not knowing what COVID was, not knowing how to treat it, not knowing what to do, symptoms to shit like that, like, bro, that shit was weird, bro. So when it got to the point to where, cause remember, they had drive-through tests and shit like that. Yeah. My OG was doing that for like a couple months, and bro, I'm asking her every day, like, when it's gonna be over? When it's gonna be over? You got a place in medical field, like they don't got nothing to, you feel me? And then when vaccines and stuff first started coming out, you feel me? Like a lot of people were iffy on them, but that's just how it is. Like, cause I understand, like,
you don't know what you don't know.
Exactly. I understand being like confused about a vaccine that came out like 2, 3, 4 months after a pandemic. Like it seems kind of sketchy.
Right, how can you already have
you had this plan,
not a cure, but how can you already have a treatment for this when there's cancers and other viruses that we like searching for shit, you know? And this supposedly supposed to be so deadly and so lethal and so fucking contagious and shit like that. Y'all can come up with some shit like that. You know,
I ask my mom every day. I ask her every day. I'm like, is this actually real? Like, and then remember they came out with the second, like, cause remember there was 2 original it was
variants.
Like,
the strains or variants or some
families,
shit.
whatever that shit is, bro. Like, the second wave come. I'm like, bro, what the fuck? Like what's going on, bro? Like, cause I knew shit got real when, bro, they took the basketball courts off. They took the rims off the basketball at the parks, bro. Bro. We gotta be in the crib, cause there's no way.
That's
like,
when you know shit get like, what the, we can't even go outside.
Bro. Like,
we can't even go outside.
They blocking off the beach. It was time limits that we had to be at the beach, bro. Past 7, 8 o'clock that y'all gotta go home. Damn. Like,
it just started.
You hear me, though?
We just got outside.
when you look at it though, like, it really just make you think about, like, what did you expect to happen except chaos? When you tell niggas go home, you can't go to school, you can't go to work, you can't go out, you can't play, you can't do nothing, just stay in the house. It's like, what do you expect to happen at that point except madness? And
I feel like they knew madness was gonna happen.
That's what I think. That's what it's, you know, that's
Like,
what it's for. That's what it was for. I don't know what they needed to hide or to, you know, put us in the house for to do. I don't know if they was changing the batteries in the sun or some shit like that, doing some wild shit, but it was well timed, man.
Probably trying to still see if they're still out of control. I feel like that's what it was. Like, I just feel like ain't no way, you know. Like sometimes you want to test the power that you have. I don't know. I just feel like sometimes you just want to see if you still have control over certain things. So they just wanted to see. I don't know who they are, but they know.
they know for sure.
But I wanted to switch gears a little bit. Like, you touched on, being part of the team down here. Like, how did that start, and how did you, be a part of that team?
Well, my freshman year, just looking for something to do on campus. I originally was with WZND, and
That's a radio station, right?
yeah,
Okay.
and I had a time slot on the radio to where I'll come there, I'll write a script, abide by the scripts, hop on air, talk about current news, talk about the weather, talk about certain events that's going on campus, and then so and so. But it got to a point to where I wanted to do a little bit more because I'm a former athlete, so just being around the sport and constantly, being involved, you want to find different avenues of being involved now that I'm not playing. So I will cover, because I did color commentary for a couple basketball games, a couple football games, baseball, softball, like all areas. Just because I've always been like a big sports head, because I played all three sports growing up. But that made it a little bit easier to, show a little bit of experience that I had to them, and to add my little own wave to it. And just going on with that, I met Tiff for Honest Connect, and she really liked the stuff that I was doing, but she felt like certain avenues I wasn't getting the full amount of support. But that tends to happen. We're on a PWI.
Of course, I'm just gonna say that
like it's no shame against it, but that's just how shit works at times.
Wouldn't expect nothing different.
Then when I locked in with Tiff, and she was just telling me about how because Onyx, we're still in the process of getting new members. That's just because a lot of our founding members, they graduated, they're in different professions, they're doing things with their life, and it was at a point to where they didn't really know if they were going to continue it on campus. Right. So when I seen it, I'm like, bro, I'm with it, because if I can be around people my culture, my same skin color, the little experience that I have, I can pass that on to freshmen and sophomores and other people who wanted to be involved with it. So now I'm one of the leading reporters for Onyx. You'll usually catch me covering an event or just like there taking pictures. Something that I felt really proud about doing and helping with. Last year, the Black Heritage Ball, I was able to get the Chicago Tribune to come out here. They wrote a paper about Onyx and the Black Heritage Ball, and ever since then, we just been getting an outwave of support, new members, and just that little extra bit of confidence that we needed to put the group back out there. Like, we're still in the process now. We recently just got a bunch of new members. I've been very, very busy with life and school and things, so I haven't been able to cover a lot of events. But that is something that I'm gonna get back on. But that's honest, bro. Like, I feel like that's something I'm gonna be able to carry after I graduate as well. That's just because of the relationships that I got with certain members. Like, because it was a point to where it was just like three of us, and shit.
How many is it now? With including new members and everything, just a rough estimate.
I'll say we at like 12 now.
That's huge.
Yeah,
that's huge.
And majority of them are like freshmen and sophomores. So
y'all got some future. Y'all got some outlook. I got a bright future.
I'm just glad that I'm able to pass a lot of the experiences and a lot of the techniques that I learned when it comes to like being confident on camera, saying certain stuff on camera, abiding in certain time slots, stuff like that. Like, I'm very glad that I'm able to pass that down because you don't have to be a journalist major to join Onyx. Because I know that with WZND, you have to either be a mass media or journalist major to be able to have access to certain things. But with Onyx, you can be any major as long as you're confident on camera and as long as you're able to cover certain events on campus, like fashion shows, Greek outings. Like, we pretty much cover everything. Like, I'm telling y'all,
and are y'all like, when it comes to covering the events, is it somebody, hey, can y'all cover this for us? Or y'all just finding out about this shit and going, okay, we're going to cover this?
It goes both ways.
Okay.
Because we have certain members in the group that are involved with many different other things on campus, like the catwalk, like we got some Greeks, and they'll send. We got a little group chat that we got, and they'll be like, "Hey, this is an event that on this day, can we cover this?" Because it's really self-made. Like, we bring the ideas to Tiffany. Like half of the time, we have a meeting on Monday through Zoom, and she like, hey, this is what's going on this week. We got a ball here, or we got an informal here. Are you able to cover it? Are you able to do this and that? And the people that are able to cover it, they're able to go. But now that we're able to have new members and have many different personalities, many different cultures, we're able to expand that a little bit.
Yeah, that's probably wonderful having many new people. So you feel like you're going from being stretched and like having to pick and choose events to we cover them all, no problem.
And that's what I really like about this new group that we got now. Like they're really ambitious, but that's they're freshmen and sophomores. They still got to get they feel at in certain areas of the field. So it's a very exciting time to be a part of Onyx now because we're really starting to branch out. And really starting to get back to a permanent spot on campus to where it'll be like we'll have the organizations reaching out to us instead of us reaching out to them. Even though it goes both ways, and that's cool. We've been recently just getting more, hey, Honest, can y'all come cover this? We'll save y'all a spot, we'll save y'all a table, this and that. Like, it's a very exciting time to be a part of Onyx. That's all I can say.
And for people that are interested or just want to find some more info, where can they kind of go see y'all work or see what y'all all about? Put in a application, anything like that. Where can they see what y'all do?
We have Onyx Connect Media on Instagram. On the Instagram, we have a link to where you can fill out a Google form to sign up and be a member. We'll reach back to you literally like Tiff. She'll reach back to you the same day. That's just her being ambitious and being the leader that she is because she wants, she works at a news company in St. Louis, Missouri, I'm pretty sure. Okay. So half the time she's not able to, and she's looking for people to step up in certain leadership spots. I think she wants me to do it in certain areas. But
that's what it sounds like.
She wants me to do it in certain areas, but it's like I'll be in my own way a little bit of time. So it's like I gotta get back focused because now I have more people that'll reach out and more people that'll be willing to expand, and we'll be able to like hop on Onyx and truly see what we about because we cover everything. Like we cover because we got some people in the group that's part of the Latin American community. We got people that's African community and African American, and I'm pretty sure we have somebody on there that's a Caucasian, and it's cool to see her because she kicking it with us, trying to learn our culture and learn what we do, but she's also bringing stuff her culture. Yeah. I'm telling y'all, like if you want to join Onyx Connect Media on Instagram.
For sure. We'll put a link in the bio and in the description and everything, so y'all can go check them out, connect with them and shit like that. I think it's real dope. That they, especially when it comes to media, I think that's something that we kind of missing in the black community. I think especially when it comes to like doing it the right way, doing it professionally.
Yeah.
I think that's something that we kind of miss, or it's kind of like a lack of leadership or a lack of coaching in that area.
Definitely a lack of coaching.
I think I think that's because of where we are in the media landscape of today's world. Everything is content, everything is media. So everyone's trying to get ahead. So they really not trying to give you any tips or tricks or coaching things and shit that work for them. Yeah. I think that's what that comes from.
Yeah, and then also to help even elaborate more on your thought is the idea of also having like many different people come together and share different perspectives because especially being a media team, you don't want to only focus on one area of ideas, or you don't only want to focus on one level of audience. Like you want to be able to reach as many people as possible, and I'm glad that you have a team like that.
Yeah, especially since it's been times where ISU they reach out to us and try to support us in certain areas, and I often think why we don't, but our leader Tiffany, she often says that she doesn't want it to be a limit on the things that we cover. So that's really why we get the support from Illinois State, but we don't fully get support.
You're not fully RSO.
Yeah.
So why is it you say she doesn't want y'all to be fully backed by them? Why?
Well, because
you said limited. Why?
Yes.
Why does them fully backing y'all limit y'all?
Well, I remember when I first signed up to be a part of Onyx, and she was talking about how Like, remember this takes it back to COVID. Remember when the George Floyd protests and a lot of the uproar from that came, and you know, a lot of things was happening.
Right.
And she basically just didn't want ISU to limit us on certain like
Things that you could talk about.
I get what you're saying. It's kind of like if they feel like we giving y'all all of this play, we giving y'all all of these events, we giving y'all all of this shit that y'all can cover. It's kind of like we feel like we can censor y'all on certain things. I get what you're saying. Yeah. And shit like that actually does happen. And that kind of would have been unsaid. Like it would have been an unspoken rule that once they came to y'all and be like, hey, we don't want y'all to report on this, then that probably would have been something that they just came and said. It probably nothing in writing. It's just an understanding because we didn't been giving y'all all this play and shit like that. Yeah.
And we often talk to the head of the school. Like, she called me one time covering an event, and she just kept saying that she wants to talk to us, and like she gave me a business card. And you know, we appreciate being able to, you know, talk to certain leaders and certain people in power at Illinois State. But, you know, that's kind of, when it comes to media, we kind of like to do it our way.
Because you also know what comes with that.
Yeah. Like, it's a double-edged sword. You feel me?
Definitely.
Like, it's the good can be the good. You feel me? We got the full back and support from the school. We get certain materials. We get certain, like, microphones, cameras, things like that. But why get that when we have to limit the things that we cover? We have to limit the things that we say. We have to limit the things that we try to represent.
I was going to say, when you're dealing with media and shit like that, I think that's the worst thing, to have somebody else controlling what you can put out. I'd be damned for motherfucker come tell me in Austin, nah, y'all can't put that episode out.
You feel me? Like,
he said, excuse me.
You said what?
Excuse me.
But you can't control nobody's creativity.
Right. That's our creative shit. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, that's why I'm very grateful for Tiffany.
Yeah, I think that's a smart decision, a bright decision.
Yeah, she keeps me on my toes. I promise you. If I don't text back like 2 days, she will blow my phone up and try to get me to do certain things for the group or like just.
You need that though.
I'm finna say that's somebody holding you accountable on your ass.
She a big sister for sure. Like, shout out to her. I'm pretty sure she gonna see this because I'm gonna drop it in the group chat. I'm talking about us right now. So you feel me? Like,
definitely.
Also, like, I wanted to, you know, just switch gears a little bit to, you know, like you said, like being an athlete and being involved in like different part of like sports. Like, how does that help with your understanding when you're talking about the games? Like when you're able to break down certain games, certain gameplays, like how does that help?
Well, you know, as I previously mentioned, like I'm a big sports head. Like, bro, like I didn't grow up watching SpongeBob and shit like that. But, like, bro, I'm watching ESPN. I'm not gonna lie, like
type shit.
Like, Stuart Scott was my favorite growing up, and you know I liked his personality when it comes to expressing media and when it comes to expressing sports media, especially. So, like, my thing was I like to bring originality. Like previously mentioned, we're in a PWI. You feel me? Not a lot of things that I say or do is gonna resonate with certain people in the audience.
Right.
Like, perfect example, like, you know, y'all know who Stacey King is,
right?
Like the color commentator for the Bulls. Like, you know how you say, "Give me the hot sauce," stuff like that. Like, I'll bring my own little swag to that when I was covering the basketball games. You feel me? And you know, I'll get feedback that, you know, some people don't like it, but you know, it was an audience that did, and I understood, you know, who that was. You feel me? So I will always try to bring originality. Like, perfect example, if I'm covering basketball or football, I'm going to have more information than what I will have covering, like, softball or hockey. That's just because you...
Naturally.
Yeah. Even though I played those sports, like, I was a 3-sport athlete, so I played baseball, football, and basketball, you feel me? So when it comes to covering those sports, like, I'll say home run, he knocked it out the park, and some clever shit. And... you know, that'll resonate with certain people in the audience because you feel me? That's his own spice. That's him talking about the game.
I was just going to say, you're able to add your own pizzazz to it because you know all the verbiage and shit like that. You didn't been using it so long. Whereas with, like you said, hockey and softball, it's a little bit, you might have known some of the shit just because you are a sports guy, but you're not really well versed in how you in the other 3 sports.
Because, bro, I covered a volleyball game. Bro.
That's something tough. It might be tough as hell to commentate that.
It is tough as hell because half the time you just like, She hit the ball. She hit the ball. Yeah. Oh, it went over the net. Oh, you feel me? I wasn't rocking with that, bro. Because like, you feel me? Like I'm used to watching sports that it's all one motion. You feel me? Like they going up and down the court. They going up and down the
play
field.
Play by play.
You feel me? Like volleyball, I'm sitting there like
hit by hit.
You hear me though? I'm like, what the hell? And then when it comes to like halftime volleyball and shit like that, like I would have to we had this thing called like a Sammy Slam. So we're like, anytime a certain amount of points or anytime somebody dunked a basketball or scored a touchdown, I would have to plug like the Sammy apartments. But that's what came along with, you know, being an intern. But, you know, it's really just adding my own little spice to it because.
So I want to ask you, is what's the end goal? Is like after school, is it something in sports? Media, what's the end goal?
Writing.
Yeah, what is it for you right now?
My end goal is, because I recently just added athletic coaching to my minor. My end goal is to either be a color commentator or to be a coach. I'm really leaning more towards being a coach because
which sport?
I would be a basketball or a football coach. I wouldn't be a head coach in football, but I would be a running back coach because I played running back in high school. So I'm leaning more towards athletic coaching because, you know, all it takes is one coach to change the kid's life.
Yep.
Because all it took was for one coach to change my life. I didn't start playing football till my sophomore year of high school. Like basketball was it's forever and it's gonna be my first love, bro. Because that's a sport that I grew up and made a lot of memories, made a lot of friends, went to a lot of events. So a lot of that shit, when it comes to coaching basketball, that shit just come naturally.
Right.
But like my sophomore year of high school, I had a football coach named Coach J. I think you know him, Coach J. If I show you a picture, because we were just talking about how you know a lot of people from Uptown, bro. I think you know Coach J. I think you know. I think you know Coach J.
It'd be funny as hell when a nigga try to tell you who you know.
No.
You know folks ass.
I know. I'm just saying, like, if I show you a picture, bro, I think you know him, bro. Like, bro, like he pushed me to play football, and you know, as a kid growing up with typical single mom, know that. You know, that little extra push, it opens up a different mindset because I knew, look, I'm a realist, bro. I knew I wanted to go on to play college basketball, bro. Like, that shit was never on the agenda, you feel me? Like, but then when I started playing football and just seeing, like, where I can go with that shit, like, I had a couple offers, you feel me? I had a couple different avenues that I could have went, but I always just wanted to be different, bro. That's why I feel like if I plug in my knowledge and my experience of just, hey, bro, football is not your end all be all, bro. You can go to school, do this. You can go to school, do that. You can get a trade, do this. You can get a trade, do that. I feel like I can really change somebody's life, bro, because all it took was for one coach to change my life. So the end game right now, I would say I would want to be a coach. But if I continue to get many different opportunities on the media side, then you know, color commentary, that shit just gonna come natural. I can also do interviews, like pregame, postgame interview. That's something I want to do. Like, it's really a toss-up right now, you feel me? Because I don't really know where this whole journey is gonna go.
Yeah, I was gonna say, if you go the media route, it's so much that you could do.
Hell yeah.
You know, just look at ESPN and all the different roles that they got niggas doing. Yeah, it's so much you could be. You should either step into a producer role and shit like that, director role. Who knows? You know, when it comes to media.
Man, like, I feel like it was really, like, rejuvenating, like, really exciting to hear you say, like, you want to be a coach. Because I feel like sometimes, like, a lot of athletes, you know, either want to play a sport or they just want to, you know, figure out life after that, you know?
Yeah.
But, like, actually having somebody that used to play a sport sit down and be like, I want to be able to pass down, want a coach that taught me something, pass it down. Sometimes it's always, like, refreshing to hear.
Yeah.
Them be the best type of coaches too.
Exactly.
I feel like it might be cool if you have a coach that like who haven't played the game and just a great mind, but it's nothing like having a coach that knows like what the body go through, know what it's like pre-game, post-game, actually in between the lines and shit like that. They able to give you different insights than a nigga who just got a smart mind for the game.
Yeah.
You know, and I think that's what separates the two apart. It's just that one. It's nothing. We talk about it all the time, life is the greatest teacher. So it's nothing about that in life real time experience.
Right.
You know, that's what's gonna get you the real. This is what a real like winners I made at shit like that.
Yeah, because certain knowledge and shit you just can't teach. Like,
It just can't be taught.
like I hate it. Like how you just mentioned, bro. I hated them X's and O's as coaches, bro. Like because you can sit up here and you can make this game plan, but until like if you didn't feel that shit, if you didn't be in certain moments as a player, as a former player, then you just won't know what to do, what to say, what type of strategy to pass down to the you feel me, the player that you coaching or the player that you mentoring. So, bro,
it's like players be telling coach in the game this shit that's not there in the game though.
Yeah,
you know, like I get what you're saying, but in the game and game speed and action, this really don't happen like that.
Quicker than they be thinking sometimes.
He drawing up shit. But it's a X's and O's. He's thinking so like coordinated, so on a string that in real life shit does not work like that. It's broken plays. It's shit that happens to the point where you can't really plan out a full play. You know.
yeah.
That's what actually makes like sports really fun too. Like when like sometimes like teams will drop a whole play and then somehow it gets broken up by the defense. Yeah, it's like
and
it's
that's
whoa.
Shit. Even on offense, when your shit get broken, that's when it's flying too. Because now, okay, the shit broken, but now we got to find a way.
Yeah,
Literally,
we got to find a way, especially on the basketball court. Broken plays like. That's when you know who get nervous and shit, or who really get a ball to him. He gonna get us a bucket.
just get a ball to your best player,
Yeah.
like, and everybody just get out the way.
He gonna get us a bucket. You know.
And then so I wanted to also ask you too, like, what are some advice that media has taught you that you can pass on to like somebody willing to go into that route?
Media or sports.
Oh, yeah.
I think the best type of advice that I got from both is to be original, especially since a lot of the things are going to be the same. Like when it comes to media, if you don't have a certain type of on-air personality, you're not going to really stick out to the people who watching, the viewers, the people who you're basically going to gain a following with because this is your profession.
Right.
Like then when it comes to sports, if you're just a basic player, if you don't have no originality to yourself, no type of swag, no type of style, no type of, you feel me? You're not really gonna go as far as you think you're gonna go because you're gonna be too stuck in your head about the shit that you constantly doing. Like you're not making no changes, you know? Like life is all about change and evolution. So if you go along with those and you just be original to yourself, media and sports, because me, like the way I go about it, I put them both together. You feel me? Because it's coaches and shit that they're now on air media personalities for ESPN, like you mentioned, for TNT and shit like that. And I feel like those make the best type of on air personalities, on air talents and shit like that because they're able to, you feel me? I didn't coach this shit, so this play that he drew up is bullshit because you feel me? Like
they're not for real. They be calling it like it is.
They be calling it like it is, bro. Like because I'm telling you, my favorite color commentator is Mark Jackson.
Right, yeah. I don't know why they took folks' ass out the air, man.
Because he was too real.
He got his own show now. He started some shit with Cam and Mace. So you know shit finna be hard.
He was too real. Like he would see the play before it happens. I know the ball going to Steph. Ball goes to Steph, broken play. Now all of a sudden, the other color commentator, incorrection, this happened. But I'm seeing it from his eyes. He technically was right. You feel me?
And niggas don't give him enough credit for that.
Golden State team.
They don't give him no. Talk about it.
They don't give him no credit for that shit, man. Mark Jackson was he's the originator behind all that shit. I think without him, I'm not gonna say that they don't get them championships, but I just think
it would be harder.
I think that they possibly don't because he has a lot to do with a player development up until Steve Kerr got there. A lot of them players already got that dog in them.
Yeah.
You know, it's kind of like just once they go from year 4 or 5 to year 6, 7, and 8, and 9, 10, it's like it's a more mature player. He already been putting in the work, you know.
Because my favorite play that Mark Jackson has, that Steve Kerr, he stole. Like it's like an elevator door play. Like Steph would be at the corner, like right or left corner, and it's like an elevator door. Like it's two screens. It's two screens that'll come when he's moving and curling and just sets him up for a straight shot. Steve Kerr steals that play all the time. When I done seen Mark Jackson run that play 1,000 times before he even got there. But you know.
Yeah, man, I be sick about that, man. But since we on NBA, I'm assuming you watching shit like that,
Come
right?
on, bro.
Okay, so we always we like to ask people who actually watching shit like that, they finals predictions and shit like that.
Oh man,
we was actually successful. I think the year before last, predicting the finals and shit like that. So we just ask people what it's looking like since we closer to the playoffs and shit like that. Who you got for the? Let's go East.
East?
Yeah, Eastern Conference Finals. What's your two teams?
Because my favorite team is Celtics.
Right.
I've been following Jason Tatum for years now. Like he was my favorite player when he was in high school, but I was in elementary school, moving on to high school.
Okay.
So I got the Celtics and fuck it. You know what? I'm gonna just toss one out there. I got the Celtics and the Knicks. Only reason I say the Knicks.
Jalen Brunson, though.
Only reason I say the Knicks is because the Knicks are a deeper team. And I feel like when it comes to playoff atmosphere and when it comes to
that guard,
you feel me? Like
shit, they both the guard though. Both of the guards.
I feel like they're gonna because bro, I hate the Miami Heat, bro. But it's just like
you can't count them out.
You can't count them out,
and
bro.
that nigga Jimmy picking up steam right now. So
bro, I hate the Heat, bro.
That nigga Jimmy, he picking up steam. He getting to talking this shit.
I just noticed
after that one game when he got ejected.
Yeah.
I know the Heat are gonna run into the Celtics, bro, and that series is gonna give me a headache, bro. Because I hate the Miami Heat, bro. Because it's like it don't matter where they finish.
It don't.
They always end up in the East Conference Finals.
It don't. That's one team that do not give a fuck about home court advantage or seeding.
You feel me? Like
they don't give a fuck.
I feel like the Bucks are gonna run into either the Heat or the Knicks. But I feel like regardless if they run into the Heat or the Knicks, I got the Knicks beating both teams. Just because they're deeper.
The East is low key stacked. I ain't even think about it like that. The East is stacked. Okay, for the West, who you got?
I got the Clippers and the Nuggets.
Quick.
I got the Clippers and the Nuggets.
Quick.
Because Minnesota and OKC, their first round exits. I'm sorry. Their first round exits.
First or second round?
Especially OKC. Their first round exits.
Minnesota's
first round exit.
Bro. Second round. I got them out in the second round.
Exactly.
Oh my Lord.
Listen, they're either gonna have to Minnesota and OKC. Minnesota or OKC, they're either gonna have to play.
They're gonna run into the Lakers.
They're gonna run into the Lakers. They're gonna run into Golden State. Come on, bro. Come on.
All right. All right.
And think about it like this. Right. They're going to run into the Sacramento Kings.
I'm not worried about Sacramento Kings.
You taking in a 7-game series?
I'm taking the Minnesota Timberwolves
over the Kings?
Over the Sacramento Kings.
That's a hot take, bro.
Yeah,
that's a hot take.
Why?
I'm taking the Kings. Just because of the way they lost last year.
Who's guarding Ant-Man?
I'm putting De'Aaron Fox on Anthony Edwards.
That's a mismatch.
Barbecue chicken.
That's a mismatch.
Barbecue chicken.
That's a mismatch.
Nah.
Barbecue
That's a
chicken.
How though? Listen though.
How tall is D Fox? 6'4"?
He's 6'4".
Ant-Man, what?
6'5".
6'5". Muscle. he putting that man.
He pushing him out of the way.
He taking him down low all game. It's gonna be a long.
It's fadeaways all game.
It's gonna be a long night.
You taking Chet Holmgren or Domantas Sabonis?
I'm taking Sabonis.
Exactly. So either way,
if we're talking OKC, then yeah, I'm taking Sacramento.
Oh, I'm taking Sabonis over Rudy Gobert.
You're insane.
Well, Gobert might be winning defensive player right now.
He deserves that. He deserves
insane. But he got Cat as well though. That's a double.
That's two big men.
That's a duo that they're tough. They're tough.
They are tough.
If Cat is being Cat and he not on the bullshit,
he hasn't showed me that he's not going to be on. Cause
I think they got to run everything through Ant and just let Ant be Ant. I think that they can't waste possessions going back and forth. I think that Ant has to be the one, and you have to play through that and let Carl get his buckets because I think shit gonna open up for him.
Regardless,
shit is gonna open up for him. So I think they just got to play through Ant, man, and I think that shit gonna fall into place.
I think they're second round. That's it.
I'm not mad at it though. I'm not mad.
Their first round exit.
I don't think first. I just think second.
Yeah, 1 seed being the 1-2 seed being the first round exit. We've seen it. We've seen it. But I think
it's second round.
Okay.
I think second round just based off the fact that they're still young. Like,
fuck all that, man. Y'all,
it plays a role in the playoffs.
but y'all give the Kings young as hell.
The Kings not going nowhere.
He said that. He said
They're
that.
not going nowhere.
Because listen, 6 through 9 in the West.
It's closer to 1.
It's closer to 1.
Yeah.
And it can either be New Orleans playing OKC or Minnesota.
6 through 9 right now is what? New Orleans.
It's New Orleans, Sacramento,
Lakers,
Golden State, and the Lakers. Those are 4 teams that I can see beat the Minnesota Timberwolves. I'm taking New Orleans over Minnesota. If we want to talk about it.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. I'm just gonna say this. Nobody,
the West
bro,
is stacked.
It is, but
the
like,
West is stacked.
nobody wants to run into a playoff Lakers. Nobody wants to run into a playoff Clippers. Nobody wants to run into a playoff Nuggets. Nobody wants to run into those type of teams, like those like four caliber teams, like
You
Warriors.
don't.
You don't want to run into those teams.
You don't.
That's why it's so dangerous for like all the top 3 right now. Where it's like the OKCs, the Timberwolves, the Kings. If you run into those teams, it's a dangerous matchup.
Because I don't want to play.
But
I
I
don't
think-
play Golden State in the first round.
I don't think you can't sleep on them other teams either.
No, you can't. But
I think first of all, I think that Golden State is shaking in their boots right now. I don't think that they're in any way, shape, or form to be.
They need Chris Paul back.
They on the run. I think they're 8-2 in the last 10. Right?
Yeah, they 8-2
They
in the
are.
last
They,
10.
they. No, I'm not even worried about Chris Paul. I think that he could be a locker room presence and his mind. Yeah, but I think he could make a difference on the court, but in terms of getting them to where
They need to
championship
be?
level,
Okay.
CP might not get it done.
Okay.
You know, I think they would have been better off keeping Jordan Poole and working some shit out with him and Draymond and try to fixing that relationship, but that's already gone. So
Yeah.
we can't dwell on that. But I just think that, like I said, I don't think Golden State is in any type of shape to be like contender ready. They're still a 8 seed, right? 8-9 seed. So they still right there with LA, with the Lakers. So I don't think the Lakers are in a position to be contender ready. I think they building just like Golden State. I think they on a run.
remember the run they did last year? I think they're doing the same shit this year.
They're going to
do the same shit this year.
I think the West is tougher this year.
Oh yeah, because we still haven't given 2 teams credit. We haven't mentioned
who did
the
they run
Mavs,
through?
and we
Jesus
haven't
Christ.
we haven't talked about the Suns.
And the Suns might be one of those teams that dropped
The West is crazy.
It's stacked. I think
The West
I
is
forgot about the Suns.
every
Oh,
team
goodness.
legitimately has
A
2
chance,
stars.
yeah.
Every team has 2 stars.
But think about it though. You mentioned those 2 teams.
Maybe
The
besides
Mavs-
OKC.
The Mavs and the Suns, they're probably going to have to play each other in the first round.
Yeah,
Somebody it's gonna be 2 matchups that's
it's tough.
in the first round in the East and the West.
Forgot about Dallas, bro. Oh,
Yeah. What's your Eastern and West?
I'm a diehard LeBron James fan. Like I don't care. It could be the world ending. I have LeBron in the finals. That's just me. I just feel like last time I had Celtics, but now that the Heat is pushing, I feel like we might have a 20-20 matchup between Lakers and Heat.
Okay. So that's your finals.
That's my
What's
finals.
your Eastern Conference finals?
Eastern Conference. I feel like the Lakers gonna need a rematch against Denver. The East. In the West. I think they're gonna get a rematch, and this time it's gonna be different. 6 games.
Okay. Ooh.
6 games.
Jesus.
6 games and the Lakers
You
win.
think the Lakers get them motherfuckers?
4-2,
Is it
6
an injury?
games.
Somebody gotta get it. It's an injury somewhere.
I feel like
It gotta be.
no.
Aaron Gordon,
gotta be.
I'm thinking.
MPJ,
I'm thinking.
Jamal Murray, somewhere.
I'm thinking not Jamal Murray getting injured, but Jamal Murray
He
choking.
go quiet.
He go quiet.
I don't know.
I think
He be
underperforms.
tearing the motherfucking Lakers up.
yeah.
He just tore him up yesterday.
He
I
be
saw
tearing
that.
the Lakers up.
I saw that, but I feel like the team that the Lakers used to win the in-season tournament.
I think that they.
When they had the big, it's like a big stretch, like
Yeah.
where they had the big man. I think that's the lineup they're gonna use for the whole playoffs.
I think that they lack defense on the guard side.
they do.
I
They
think
do.
that's why Jamal Murray have a field day with Austin Reeves.
That's what I'm saying. I'm thinking he's gonna underperform.
And D'Lo, it's like this is.
I
This
think
is
he's gonna
cone drill.
underperform. I think it's 6 games.
They tried to put Cam Reddish
Right on him. They
on
tried-
Jamal Murray yesterday.
and he was cooking them.
And he sold my parlay. If you think about it,
Yeah.
I had D'Lo going for 20 points.
Who you got in the Eastern Conference
East.
Finals?
Celtics seat.
Celtics seed.
Please don't let that happen.
Celtics
Okay.
seat.
I'm gonna have a heart attack, bro.
I like Celtics and Philly in the Eastern Conference Finals. I'm not sleeping on Joel Embiid. He gonna come back and he gonna do what he need to do. Be able to get them to where they need to be.
We've been trusting the process for too long.
They still got Maxey. I'm still trusting you. I'm trusting you, Embiid. This is my last year, but I'm not putting you to the finals. But you get the Eastern Conference Finals. In the West, I'm standing on my Minnesota. I'm standing on man. I'm standing on Minnesota and
I don't know. I just something about Minnesota don't just sit right with me.
I think the biggest problem is.
Can I say this?
Yes,
Can I say Minnesota is my dark horse?
Okay.
I would say
that's cool.
I'm going to say Minnesota and LA is my dark horse pick
Okay.
of the Western Conference, and the Lakers, not the Lakers and the Timberwolves are my dark horse pick.
You don't like the Clippers?
No, I agree. I agree with him.
My real pick, who I think is more realistic to get the West, is Dallas and the Clippers.
But I agree with. He said, I think 2 podcasts ago, he said the Clippers need to get out of LA. They just need to.
That dome need to hurry up, man.
Yeah. That's why I don't like
dome.
I don't want to con them out, but I'm conning them out.
Yeah, because they're like
little brothers.
They're little brothers.
I want to count them out, but I think this is the year. I think this is the year.
If it doesn't happen this year, it's never gonna happen.
I think this is the year. I think this is their best year. I think Harden. Yeah. I know Westbrook just got injured, but I think everybody is playing great basketball. I think chemistry is great. Everybody's healthy. You got PG. You got fucking Kawhi healthy playing. Everything's just clicking right now for them.
It is.
Everything is clicking. So I think if they could keep on rolling, keep on riding this, then Dallas and the Clippers.
I keep forgetting about Dallas, bro.
And then I think at that point we see a Dallas and Boston.
That'll feed families.
I think that's a Dallas and Boston finals.
And who you got?
That's a first.
Who you got winning that?
That's a first.
Boston.
That's fair.
You think Tatum finally gets it done?
I got to go with my boys. Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum, they got to get it done. They got to get it done. Or if they don't, then I think Jason Tatum potentially might not stay there.
Yeah.
Because this is his contract year, right?
I think it is.
Yeah. So
This is your
Jaylen Brown got paid. I think that
Jaylen Brown just got paid before the season started.
I think at a point for Jason Tatum, it becomes more about I need to get something under my belt, whether it's MVP, finals, something.
Yeah.
He been in the league for almost 7 years.
He's still young. He's still young as shit.
Yeah.
But I think you need to start getting something.
They've been flirting with the fucking finals.
That's what I'm saying. Y'all been doing a lot of flirting.
Yeah,
Y'all been doing a lot of getting there in 6 games and 7 and
This
Eastern
has to be the
Conference.
year.
Yeah.
It's like it has to be the year for a lot of teams, though.
Yeah.
That's what I was saying. I wouldn't be upset to see a lot of people win.
Yeah.
Me either.
I wouldn't be upset to see a lot of people win. The only people I probably don't want to see win is the Warriors.
I don't want to see the Warriors on it either.
Anybody else, I'm cool with seeing Dame get a ring. I'm cool with seeing James Harden and Westbrook get a ring. I'm cool with all of this. Cool with Brian getting another one. Cool with Kyrie getting one.
I won't be cool with a back-to-back, though. We already had a back-to-back.
I don't want to see
Yeah.
Luka. Yeah, I don't want to see that. I mean, not Luka. Jokic. I don't want to see.
I don't want a
Jokic.
back-to-back. We already had that in one sport. We already had that in the Super Bowl. They should leave that where it is.
Yeah.
Like, we don't need a back-to-back.
It'd be insane though.
Yeah.
Back to back would be crazy. Because Jokic is just it's hard to explain him, bro. Like the things that he does.
He's so efficient.
Yes. He just doesn't care. Like if I'm getting paid millions and millions of dollars, I'm gonna show up to my job and care. He shows up to his job like it's just a regular 9 to 5. And
That's why I say seeing them teams in the playoffs is different.
Yeah.
They're not even locked in, right? They're not wired right now. But come April and mid into April.
You about to see the dangers of teams.
Yeah, mid in April, that's when niggas okay.
We don't really see who championship contenders.
It's playoff time. I wish they get rid of that play-in shit though. I don't want to see that no more.
You're not a fan of the play-in?
I'm not.
So you
even though
1-8?
Brian got in because of it and shit like that, I let's go 8 and let's get this shit on the road.
I think my theory might be proven right later on in my lifetime. I just feel like they're just gonna wait till LeBron. They needed something to name after LeBron. They're just gonna wait for LeBron to retire and then give it up to him.
The LeBron James playing.
Think about it. Every other trophy has been taken.
He gonna get a trophy.
Like,
they just gave Kobe the All-Star shit.
Yeah,
he got to get a trophy.
You gotta get a trophy.
Yeah.
That'd be crazy.
They not changing the Finals MVP. They're not changing it.
They already got everything else named. They might
That's true. That's true.
Or
they give him the in-season tournament shit since he won the first one.
Yeah, they're gonna name.
So they gonna name that after
him.
LeBron
He
James
not wrong. He not wrong.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
LeBron James in-season tournament MVP.
Yeah, like
MVP award.
that's the only thing that made sense to me. Like you don't just make an in-season tournament and the first team to win is LeBron James' team.
Yeah, it seemed a little sketchy.
It do.
Especially the team they played. Even though I like Tyrese Haliburton.
Pacers.
But come on, let's be realistic, bro. Like,
And then the fact that even KD said is built for the Lakers to win.
and
Sometimes they tell you the truth without really
KD
telling you the
hate.
truth.
He was hating.
No, but
He was hating.
Look, it's hating.
He
But
was
at the same
hating.
time, sometimes they put the truth in front of your faces too. Sometimes like the Lakers had a good ass lineup, and then you mean to tell me they couldn't use that whole lineup throughout the season and still be winning games?
Darvin Ham, man. I was just having a conversation with niggas like Darvin Ham is a big part of what they're gonna do. Him and his lineups and his strategies. I think Bron got to come in and hey, no, this is what we got. We put him in
because he's not a bad coach.
He's not.
He's not a
I
bad
think
coach.
it's just rotations. I think that's the only thing that is where niggas like can like critique him.
And he needs to learn how to call timeouts when his team is getting
You
21-4 run.
Them niggas do be running on Lakers. They be running.
His hands just be in his pocket. He should be standing there looking crazy, bro. Like, call a timeout, bro. Like,
Yeah, man. But I'm waiting for the playoffs. I think
Yeah.
it's gonna be a lot of fun.
It's gonna be
I
a
think
good
it's gonna
playoff.
be
it's gonna be
great.
really interesting.
I think it's gonna be great. But like I said, man, I'm rooting for you, Ant, man. I'm rooting for you, man. But it's been a great show, man. We want to thank you for coming on the podcast again, man.
Sure.
Real insightful. Without further ado, if you want to get the people somewhere to connect with you or anything you got going on, social media pages, anything like that, where they can get in contact with you and shit like that.
I am the creator of the 24th Hour podcast. I'm going to be dishing out episodes really, really, really soon.
We gotta come on.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Come on.
I recently took a little break because, life happens.
Of course.
But that's natural evolution. You can reach me on 24th Hour Podcast on Instagram. My Instagram is Davion_12G. I'm mainly there. But I'm not a hard guy to reach to. Like, I promise you, I will text you back literally the same second. I'll be that bored.
Yes, sir. We appreciate you.
Thank you
Everything in
again.
the bio.
Nah,
Oh yeah, thank you again for coming on here.
I appreciate y'all, man.
No
Yeah,
problem.
man. It's been
Likewise.
we had a lot of fun. Very insightful, very fun episode, man.
Hey, podcast listeners, before we head out, please always remember, never
Never
stop
stop learning, man. Hit that subscribe button. 200. We need it done. Please.
Resource Podcast, man. We out.
We are
Appreciate y'all,
out,
man.
man. Never stop learning.
I like the PSA, real threat. I don't even gotta pop my shit on loud. Switches on the Glock, and these bitches all Gen 5.